I would say the Philadelphia Housing Authority did a good job.
Sandy Enriquez, the Assistant Secretary of Housing, says the focus on Carl Green overshadows a lot of good work, including several revitalized projects she recently toured in Philadelphia.
I just find it amazing that, the before and after.
But Enriquez was unaware of the case of Ebony Gage, or the $9.6 million payment because of the alleged failure of the Housing Authority to keep Ebony's home safe.
What about Ebony Gage?
That's a name that's not familiar to me.
She was 12 years old when she had an asthma attack, near fatal brain damage.
And which housing authority is this?
In Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia.
Enriquez finally acknowledged there might have been a problem in Philadelphia in Ebony's case, but maintained that overall, HUD is keeping a close eye on the country's low-income housing authorities.
And I think a vast majority of housing authorities across this nation are doing a good job.
But our investigation uncovered a wide range of serious problems across the country. The Department of Housing Inspector General discovered that one top local official used taxpayer money to buy this $1 million mansion in Florida, with his Mercedes and Lamborghini parked in front. All the property of Elias Castellanos, Chief Financial Officer for the New Orleans Housing Authority, convicted of embezzlement and sent to prison. One of at least 43 housing officials across the country we found convicted of crimes over the last 2 years.
Public housing often is the course of last resort for many people. And to take money away from them, is a sad commentary.
Inspector General Kenneth Donahue, who has since left his post, says corruption, fraud, and incompetence flourished as Washington housing officials were asleep at the switch.
We're failing these tenants, we're failing taxpayers.
Incredibly, investigators found an estimated $7 million in payments to provide housing for dead people.
So was this incompetence or this was fraud?
Well, it's a little bit of both.
Investigators also found an estimated 2,000 to 3,000 registered sex offenders living in subsidized housing, courtesy of taxpayers, in violation of HUD's own rules.
I don't know exactly how that happened.
Somebody got out of the car.
I really... This is truly a difficult issue. What do our actions say when it comes to our attention? That is the bottom line.
But for too many housing residents, the bottom line remains one of neglect. For more than a decade, officials have promised action for the 320 families who live in the projects in Sanford, Florida, where in some places the walls were literally crumbling around them.
Mold, this old rotten wood. I'm just so ready to get out of here. Not being able to give my kids what they need, a good environment.
Late last year, after a decade of complaints and deterioration, officials finally deemed this place uninhabitable. Most of the families were moved out.
Where's the urgency? For the people living there, every day is really hell for them.
I do understand that. There is urgency. Trust me, there really is.
And now in Sanford, the correction will be to knock down most of the public housing managed or mismanaged by the local authority. Here and in so many other places, the slumlord has been the federal government. For Nightline, this is Brian Ross, ABC News.